I'm going to show you how I like to mix up my Beauty Boost Collagen and my Hydrate Boost electrolytes. So you can do this with if you're only using one or if you're using both together. So a lot of times I like to start with 2 bottles of water, and you can mix these in like 12 to 20 ounces of water each one. But what you need to know is you have to make sure you have enough space, enough air in here to pour the powder in. So what I like to do is just take a swig out of each of the bottles of water. Then you're going to open up each of your packets. I'm going to show you how I like to do it. So if you tear straight across, I find that sometimes that leaves a tinier hole for the powder to flow through, and it's harder to empty it into the water. So what I like to do is kind of tear it at an angle, so it gives a wider space for that powder to be able to come out. So I'm going to pull it down at an angle. Okay, so you see how it's at an angle, it's not straight across, so then I've got more space. And then I will just, a lot of times I just stick that whole end right inside the bottle of water so I'm not spilling it all over the place. Okay, and then once I do that, I'm going to put that lid on and shake it up. Okay, and then I'll do the same thing if I'm using both, which I do every day. I use Glow Juice every day, the combination. Then I'll go ahead and do my other one. I'll stick it in that bottle of water and let all that powder flow through. And I like to kind of, I like to like press on the end here to make sure the air is pushing out all the extra powder that's there, and kind of tap it a little bit. And you can see how that powder sits on top, so you really need that extra space to be able to mix it up. Okay, so then you've got your collagen and you've got your hydrate, and then you can take both of these and you can pour them into just any cup or glass that you have, and then just drink it. I find that each of them kind of mixes up a little bit better. The powder dissolves better if you're using room temperature water, and then I like to stick it in the refrigerator for a little bit. But it will dissolve in colder water. It just takes a little bit longer to do that. Okay?